Yes, moving on to our next guest speaker, or should I say speakers, we will be joined by a duo. Both of the speakers work for the Latvian company eParaksts, or in English, e-signature. I would like to introduce Jolanta Lapa, who is a product manager at eParaksts. Jolanta heads up accessibility, usability and sustainability management for digital services and is creating solutions for existing and future customer needs. Joining Jolanta, I would like to welcome Laura Pintere, who works as a UX designer at eParaksts. As a dynamic duo, they will be sharing how accessible design can not only foster inclusivity, but also drive team growth and create genuinely inclusive solutions. Be the change, the journey to accessible design. Jolanta and Laura, I believe you are with us today. Hello there.
Hello, ladies.
Hello. Hi.
Thank you for joining us for QualityForge. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, it's absolutely honor to be on this stage, and yeah.
I'm very much looking forward for this speech. I'm a huge fan for teamwork, as I'm a team lead, obviously. So the stage is yours. Enjoy.
Okay. Thank you. Why we are here today, and we are here today to share our experience and a little bit to reflect on our journey towards accessibility, and maybe to try to encourage somebody to start, even you can't do everything at once, and be those changes in your organization. And Laura also will share our success and failures, because mistakes help us grow, and through the mistakes we can see what truly matters. Our journey started when our customer portal needed a major technology upgrade, and we realized that this was the perfect moment, not just for technical changes, but also for rethinking and redesigning the entire user experience to make our portal more accessible and easier to use for everyone. And shortly, our portal has three parts: a public section that's mostly mostly informational, and document signing, validation solution, and the third one, which is like a private section where users log in to manage their services. In the beginning, we dreamed big. We dreamed really big, but what did we realize? That we couldn't change everything at once, and we tried. And if we tried realize everything at once, users would have to wait years for a complete overhaul. And so we decided to take it one step at a time, and starting with the most used part in portal, the document signing solution. Of course, there were concerns that the user experience would still be a bit fragmented, and we wouldn't solve all accessibility issues right away. But we was brave enough. And if you're asking, are we accessibility experts? No. Honestly, we didn't have any prior experience with accessibility, but that didn't stop us. We decided to be the change and do it step by step. And maybe our story today will encourage others to start as well, even if you can't do everything at once, and start small, and start small. And let's decide that we are making each new solution accessible, and it might feel like a drop in the ocean, but don't be afraid to take that first step. And our most important takeaway from this momentum, when you have this opportunity to change, be bold and seize the momentum and do more. Go deeper and create meaningful impact, and don't be afraid and dare to be change. Because when the chance for transformation comes, take it and make it. Take it and make it. We know, like in change management, also in change process, when we are talking about accessibility with different stakeholders and board, team, developers, and it's very essential to tailor the right message to your audience. And always we can start with emphasize the gradual progress, and that change doesn't have to happen all at once, and encouraging taking things step by step. And every little success helps build the momentum and keeps us as a team and everyone focused on the bigger goal. When you discuss accessibility issues or development with your team, make it personal and share real-life examples and stories that shows how accessibility directly impacts people. And this will help make it more relatable and helps the team to see why it really matters and make it personal and make it tangible. When you discuss resources and priorities and strategies with the board, then you can focus on regulation and talk about compliance with laws, accessibility standards, and explain how not meeting these standards we could hurt the company reputation. But also, never don't forget to highlight how improving accessibility we can have a positive effect on business outcomes, and that accessibility is good for everyone, also for board members. It's not just compliance. And the very crucial part in this stakeholders in our organization, we are working like one common team, but they are developers. And when we're talking with developers, we need we need to put in conversation clarity and practical guidance, but still make it about user experience, focus on real impact. Break it into practical tasks, provide some specific tasks like ensure all buttons are labeled for screen readers or other examples, and use familiar tools and guidelines for developers. And in the same time, for the team, board, and developers, explain the long-term benefits, because fixing accessibility or doing accessibility issue earlier, we can reduce the risk of rework later and when problems are harder to resolve. And my favorite part is promote collaboration. Promote collaboration in learning and encourage open communication between product managers, designers, testers, developers, and make it clear that accessibility it's a team effort, and developers plays a very critical role in making sure that designs are implemented in accessible ways. Where to start? It's easy to say just do it. Just do it. It's a joke. It's not so easy. It's not so easy, but start. Let's start with team and come together as a team. And one person can't do it all, and this is reason why the team you build around you is your driving force, and the right mix of people is everything. It sounds simple, but it's very crucial, because for any idea to come to life, we need a visionary. In our case, it was in the beginning, it was me as product manager, because you need to guide the idea and make sure that your idea meets market and customer needs and all accessibility needs. As a product manager, best friends, UX, UI designers who are the bridge to user experience, user insights, can make tests with user and prototypes. Developer, it's a crucial partner, because it's technical partner who actually brings idea to life, and of course project manager who keep all us on the track. But there is one additional role who is overlapping with all previous, and everyone is in the team should be the pitcher. The pitcher when we meet partners and we meet colleagues, when we meet some problems and need to drive our idea, because we need to sell this idea about accessibility, and so it's in the way of a lasting impression. When you are set with a team, you need to set clear expectation, and let's be honest, and transparency is the key, both with yourself and with your team. And never pretend that you have all answers, and admit that success can only happen if you work together. And everyone needs to understand their role on how they contribute to accessibility. By setting those clear expectations from the start, we can ensure that everyone stays committed, focused on the shared goals, and already accessibility becomes not only as a goal, but also as a purpose. And when we are going through the changes, this could be very scary. It is very scary, but if you have the right team and clear expectation, we need just to trust the journey. We need to trust our team and our own roles. We need to stay proactive and don't stress if something goes wrong. It's the hardest part, but after all, those mistakes are part of learning, and you will see how amazing your team really is. And I'm really grateful to work with a team that is so passionate, genuine, and brave enough to take those action. About learning together, when we started as a product manager, it's me. I was not just driving the idea, but also sharing knowledge about accessibility with my team. But there is a thing. One person can't know everything. And accessibility, as I mentioned several times, it's a team effort. So we learned together. We made some progress early on these, what we already knew. But the real breakthrough happened when we had 2-day training session for the whole team. And it was game changer. It was something magical, because after those training, each team member learned what matters most for their role. And everybody started digging deeper into accessibility and how they could contribute. And after I really suggest those co-learnings, because after the shared learning experience, we came together as an absolutely different team. We start working in an incredible way, because each person began to see how they could make an impact and started taking action in their own. We started to be more proactive, and of course we are creating teams. We are learning together. We are creating solution, but we need to test it, and we need to test it. And there is a lot of great automated solution and browser extension, but we need to be very, very careful. We need to mix and balance, because those tools, they help us to catch a lot of issues and make sure that we meet these basic standards. But we really need real people, and we really need this human touch. And after this great journey, my final conclusion. That teamwork makes the dream work, and maybe there are some takeaways that success is a team effort, and we always should be honest with ourselves and our team, and make sure that everyone understands their role and understands the overall goal. We need to trust the process on the team, because accessibility can't be learned in a day. And it's a real journey where the team learns, grows, and gets stronger step by step. And each step forward makes us smarter and more united. And we are building not only better products, we are building a stronger team and a better person ourselves. Laura?
Now I'm going to jump right in and shortly and sweetly tell you about our practical experience with redesigning this customer portal. And we started by creating a design system and a prototype, and we carefully followed the accessibility guidelines. And after that, We took our product to users and found out that what we thought was a good and accessible solution was not really the case. And now 2 specific examples. We opted to create a high contrast version of the portal and decided to have a little creative liberty and use dark purple and light yellow because we simply didn't know better, that we actually couldn't. And this solution, while technically is compliant, checking by the color standards, is actually absolutely unusable for our users. And we are super glad that we found out this before launching the product in production. We came back to the drawing board and created better solutions, now with completely yellow background and dark text, and vice versa, also black background and yellow text. This turns out to be a much greater value for users with visual impairments. They can see the color yellow way better than others. And another example is about navigation with your keyboard. We have one central hero function in our customer portal, and that is to validate or sign documents. And it's located right there at the top, and it seems like it should be easy to get there if you're using the keyboard. After testing and paying careful attention, we found out that it takes 46 hits to navigate to this button. And once we realized that we had such a burst of emotions, we felt even slightly ashamed that we didn't catch that early on. Now it's the first function you get to, and we already feel better about ourselves. And this shows that we should use the same approach for every user. If we have a hero function or important information, we should not only visually put it somewhere up top, but also make it accessible and easy to get there, even if you use a keyboard. In this document signing section that we have already redesigned, we have also included a content navigation that helps even more. And that is what we aspire to do also in the public site of our customer portal, make it even more comfortable to navigate through. And the conclusion after our experiences and user testing was that guidelines are incredibly important and a great help to create accessible solutions. However, we should never ever skip testing with real users, talking with real users, because that gives us the practical impact and practical importance of why are we doing what we are doing. And we had the great pleasure to interact with our test group, not only by me as an UX designer, but also as a whole team. And that is always a great tool to build empathy within the team, not only in context of accessibility, but overall. And that is a great takeaway to take with you. Jolanta, do you want to finish the conclusions, or should I just power through the end so we can reach the question part?
Yeah, stage is yours, Lara.
We found out that change has different languages, and while it at the beginning seems that we want to go big or go home, this is not the option when we talk about digital accessibility, and we have to find the language of change with every stakeholder and every solution that we create. And in the end, as you heard from what Jolanta was saying, and what we found incredibly important, team is everything. And if you are a part of the team that are looking to create something more accessible within your company, then we suggest you find some like-minded colleagues and teammates and do it together. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies, for the inspiring speech.
It was great to hear how you talked about the importance of making sure the team is fully involved when you're making these accessibility decisions, but also that where you can follow guidelines, it's also really important to involve the users in the end product to make sure everything is caught. So really, thanks for those real world. That was incredibly useful.
And it was very interesting to actually see the use case, because eParaksts is something that me and you use basically every day.
When you design an app that is used by an entire nation almost every day, by businesses, by people, by everyone, making sure the user experience and that it is accessible to everyone is really important. So it's good for you to show how you've been able to do that on such a large scale. So thank you for that. We'll move on to the questions now. And my first question is for Laura, while you're still in talking mode there. Laura, how do you balance aesthetics with accessibility in your work?
First of all, I would like to shout out our UI designer, Madars, because as we work, I am more on the UX side of things, and he is more on the UI. And he created this beautiful design system that we are working in. But what I've observed and also felt like is that accessibility in design and in aesthetics creates an interesting challenge, because it is very easy to design if you have all the liberties in the world and you can go wild with colors, animations, and everything. But to make something aesthetic while it is also accessible, it is extremely interesting to navigate through. And I think it like scratches your brain in a very good way when you have to figure it out. Like, okay, I want to do this, but how will it be good for everyone? And yeah, I find it interesting and challenging at the same time.
That's called magic.
In a way.
All right. So, Jolanta, what is the most effective way on dealing with customer complaints so that the issues are actually resolved at the end?
This is a really tricky question. So thanks about that. But there is one golden rule. If this compliance is in operational level, you need to act very, very fast and very quick. And there are several solutions. Not always this is bug fixing, but it's nice if we can do this very, very quick. But we can support customer with some assistance and how to proceed through the task. We can propose or provide some alternatives or some guidance. But golden rule is that this claim or loop in operational level never could be not closed. We always need to close. And my favorite part in customer claims, I want to say it's more feedbacks, is if there is an option to create and implement a voice of customer program in organization, where like I was shared my experience with the team, how we see our roles and how we can we can give our effort for accessibility, the same as with voice of customer programs, that every frontliner, every who is in interaction with customers who know their roles and tasks and what they need to do, and all those data are gathered in one place. And we can deep in quantitative data. We can deep dive in qualitative data through some interviews, and there are also data from customer experience measurement, customer effort scores, or maybe satisfaction rate, or this post-call resolutions, and data from some statistical tools about performance, and then we have a very, very broad data to take decisions for development and for the future.
I feel that it's very important that the feedback, that the maybe even complaints don't end up just somewhere in the air, that they reach the right persons or on your end or any company's end. Okay.
Yeah. So back to Laura. When you started working as a UX designer, did you imagine accessibility would play such a large role in your work life?
Actually, yes, because my first steps in UX design was with Google professional certificate, as many UX designers at some point start with that. And Google has thought about and implemented accessible solutions for a very long time, and it's like a few steps further over there than it is here. And I am incredibly happy that in Latvia and in Europe as a whole, we talk about digital accessibility more and more, because I am a firm believer that accessible solutions are for everyone, not just for a specific group of users, but they benefit every one of us.
Okay, I think that's very true.
Yes. And Jolanta, another question to you. Maybe you have some tips on forming your team. You were talking a lot about teamwork. So how to select the right candidates in order to reach the right team dynamics?
Yeah, I should be honored. I should be, how to say, I had no big choice because we have only one UX designer. I'm absolutely happy that this is Laura. We have a particular developer who is outsourced, but in previous years we created really good, I want to say, partnership, and that I was absolutely sure that we can do this job together. And if you don't have you can't pick your team members from a wide range. Grow together with them. Be very honest. Be transparent and authentic. I think I really believe in authentic leadership. It means that I show that I'm not the smartest person in the room, and we are, but we strongly believe in our goal and purpose, and then all team work as one. And I'm really happy that we did this. If you ask for tips and tricks, I don't know. Maybe Laura can say what works the best. But I think that if you are open-minded, if you are authentic leader, it helps a lot.
Yes, developing strong teams is a really good way of generating great products.
Yeah.
Yes, Laura must be happy now that
Yeah,
she received such a compliment
exactly.
during the live session. And Laura, actually, if I am not mistaken, you took part in Riga Tech Girls mentorship program, where
Yes, I
women
did.
from Latvia are guided into the IT world. I am a Riga Tech Girls mentorship program alumni myself. So I just wanted to ask, before applying to the program, did you know that UX is the direction you're planning to go? Because they are introducing you with a bunch of different directions. You already mentioned that you had some history with the user experience, but yeah, before Riga Tech Girls.
Well, Riga Tech Girls has these two programs. It's first eParaksts technologies, like get to know technology, and after that is the mentorship program. And in the first program, I also participated in when we got to know different parts of IT. UX was just the one that absolutely clicked, and I'm very happy to be a part of it. And after that, when participating in the mentorship program, that was a very clear goal to go in this direction.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. I believe that's all the questions we have for today. So I'd like to thank you both for being here, sharing your knowledge and helping us understand the journey to accessible design. It's been a pleasure having you both.
It's been a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.